One thing. I had only ever wanted one thing. All my friends had it, but I did not. I was the last kid in our small rural town to not kill a deer at 13 years old. But this year was going to be different. After a long, unsuccessful morning trip that almost produced a good harvest, I stepped out of the door of my friend Dylan's house into a chilly November afternoon. It was about 3 o'clock, and we headed to his back 40 to try again for the second time that day. We sauntered on out, being careful not to scare anything that might be in the field, and shimmied up into his two-man tree stand. We had our spot picked out that we were going to watch, expecting the deer to come out there. Now, being 13, we weren't all that patient, so we killed a lot of time playing flick home run on his phone. He would sit and he would swipe, and we would both guess how far he had hit the ball based on, how it looked right off of the bat. And we did this for a couple hours until finally I looked up and I saw some turkeys come out of the field. So we sat and we watched them for around 20 minutes until they moseyed back on into the woods. After they left, we went back to, playing the same game that we had been playing, and we were kind of talking and whispering, and then all of a sudden, he looks up and he says, hey, there's a deer out there. So I take my rifle and I slowly ease it up. I rest it on the safety bar in front of us. I look through the scope and I line my crosshairs on the mark that I picked in the middle of that doe. I squeeze the trigger and bang, flash! She sprinted off into the woods. Not 5 minutes later, after we had been talking out loud, to our surprise, another doe came out. My friend eased up his gun, lined up the crosshairs on her middle, bang, flash! She was down as well. So we called his dad. He told us to wait, and after about an hour, he came out. We picked up our deer, and it had been a successful day. Now, this was a great lesson to me, as it taught me a few things. For one, it taught me patience. I had sat in the woods for countless hours, put in a ton of hard work, gotten really cold, and it finally had paid off. It also taught me that hunting truly was an enjoyable sport, and that whenever you're successful, it's definitely worth everything that you put into it.